main scene, and we are live, everyone. So we got some lo-fi music playing in the background, Shane. So go for it.
All right, all right. So I want to say to everyone out there in TV land, hello, how do you do? And be in conditos. My name is Shane Grant, and joining me tonight, as always, is Deigratia Daniels. Deigratia, what's good, fam?
Hello, hello. Sorry, my phone and computer just kicked in, so you're gonna hear a little bit of echo there. But hey, welcome to the show. This is our the Vanishing Point show. The host of the show today is Shane Grant, and I am the producer, Deigratia Daniels. And we have some individuals here to chat with us about whatever it is we get in today. So we have Bruce in the Discord with us, and then we have someone else in the Discord. It looks like that person's name is Tom. So we're just gonna sit back and kick it and have a good time and chat today. But before we get started, I want to invite anyone who's participating or listening or watching this particular episode is to visit the Singularity University Atlanta Chapter page. And if you find the content on the page interesting, I would say, hey, sign up and join our chapter. We would love to have you in here and to have dialogues about exponential technology and solving local challenges and solving global challenges. So I encourage you to go look at the Atlanta chapter for Singularity University. I should have it up right here. It is showing
Yep,
on the screen right now. So come join us.
yep. So for those of you who are new to the party, I want to say welcome. The Vanishing Point is a podcast hosted and founded by the Atlanta chapter of SingularityU. With the Vanishing Point, our goal is to bring all of technology and boil it down into one. Is to bring it down to one point. Everything nowadays involves technology in one way, shape, or form: art, music, entertainment, science, social studies, history. All the list goes on and on and on. Whether you're speaking a different language or trying to program in a different language, it all involves technology, and we will discuss we discuss all these aspects tonight and through all the coring nights. Totally. So, but tonight we're not going to be focusing on language, but rather on modeling. Isn't that right, Dave?
Absolutely. I just want to say, hey, Tom and Bruce, this is an open dialogue. So feel free to jump in, chime in with your inputs, your comments, your questions. It's just really easy and really free flowing, like we're sitting around a table or if we're at a bar, just having a conversation with individuals. Okay.
Yep. We encourage any person who wants to join us later on, and they may not want to talk. We understand like people are a little shy on the mic. Feel free to comment in the Discord channel. We ask that everyone be reasonable and polite, but we will love to hear from your comments, your queries, and concerns. We will address them as we go through, and if you have any further questions, maybe from either D or myself, or even some other people we have on the chat, feel free to put it there.
Absolutely. So Shane, I want to put you in virtual reality.
But I already work in virtual reality, sir.
So what I thought would be cool is I've been finding, we've been doing this for years where we've been using these tools online to create characters really fast, right?
Yeah.
We've used the Adobe tools, we've
Uh-huh.
used Mixamo and all those tools in the past, and we would go out and talk about these with individuals. But so I found a new tool, and it's called Ready Player Me.
that's that's actually a pretty good name right there.
Right, I have it up on the screen, and you can go in and generate you a character really, really fast. I went in and did it a few days ago, and I like the ease of use, but there are some drawbacks. There are some cons to this particular tool, and these are the configure. Some people call these configurators, where you can go out and customize and create a tune or a character or a persona. What Ready Player Me, they're aiming their target audience is the VR chat rooms, the virtual socializing networks that are popping up. So people are wanting to make their own character, and this is an easy way to do it. So I totally meant to bring it up in Blender. I will bring it up in Blender, the one I did for me. So what I wanted to do, because I wanted us to have some VR characters for the show, I want to make them our logos for the show. I figured it'd be good, like we just walk through it and do it online through the show, and we just make you in VR.
Oh, well, I mean, as long as you think you can capture my likeness, my chiseled good looks and charm.
Let's hit it. Let's see. So one of the first things I like about it up front, no login required. No login required.
I mean, they already know where you live now, fam. I mean, I don't know why you're so obsessed with putting a new login in.
So let's get going here. So you'll see the one I made for me. But I guess
So
they get your information on the back end because they have to email the file to you.
So when you make this, there we go. Those shoes don't match that shirt.
Hey, it was the whole outfit. Someone designed it. It wasn't me.
I mean, well, fair enough then. I'm just saying that the shoes don't match the shirt.
Hey, Chane,
I mean,
you starting to become an old man like me, man.
Oh, am I? Oh no. Oh no. What horrors await me?
Yep. So,
well, we all knew this day was going to come eventually.
Eventually. All right. So this is a character I made for me. And you can bring it into your tools. I think I brought it in a blender. Let me quickly go take a look at it. And I just installed the new version of Blender just yesterday, which was 2.93. So I'm still exploring it. This was 2.83. It said. Let's see what we get when we bring it up. Oh, that's an old one. I do not want that version of Blender. Okay, that is 292. Okay, that's the one I want. Okay, so Blender is a free open source 3D modeling package. It's been around for about 20 years now. And
yeah, you used
what's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
And the Blender came about there was a need for a 3D modeling package in a Linux/Unix environment, and Blender was developed for a Unix platform. So it had naturally been kind of weird for most people for a very long time. And of recent times, they have updated to make it feel more PC-like. So I've been using it for about 2 years again, 2 years ago for now, and it really, 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 really works really, really nice. Where did I put it at? Maybe personal projects.
Deigratia, I'm curious, how does this compare with Unity, the modeling aspects of this?
So Unity is a runtime environment where you can do things in real time. It's an environment that you can create effects, weather effects. You can create motion, physics are simulated there. Cloth simulation is there. So traditionally, those tools are where you place pre-constructed models into and have those models do things. Right? So Blender is a tool where you would create 3D models from scratch. So there are various types of ways of creating models, and Blender it uses organic modeling techniques and practices where you just kind of build stuff up and you get it to look the way you want it to look, as opposed to like a 3D modeling, a CAD modeling package, computer aided design package, where it's more set up to create very, very high fidelity models using precision, engineering precision. So CAD packages are built for like engineers and aerospace designers. And then you have individuals who work in the building and construction. They use a BIM type model. And those models are built for architecture and used to design roads and buildings and furniture and stuff like that. So each industry has their own notion of a 3D model, and they have 3D modeling packages to make those items for the particular industries. So you'll take any of those models and put them into an Unreal and put them into a Unity to make them do things in a simulated or in a real-time fashion. I hope that answered the question.
Yep. If I may add on to that, another way to think of it is that Unity is primarily although it's certainly leaning away from this now, is a gaming engine. It's designed for 3D applications where it goes for the sake of movement and handling other things. Here, you can use it. We're starting to see people use Unity for things like, say, cinematography or for architectural design, so and that kind of thing. But primarily, its initial goal is for the creation of games and like. Blender, at its core, however, is designed to make models. Now, it's also true that you can actually make lots of animations from Blender. Some of the there's I always think of the Big Bunny example is a Blender creation, but it's it's not designed with that kind of thing in mind. Blender, I also believe, is completely free. There's no one you really have to pay for it. Versus Unreal, I'm sorry, Unity and Unreal, as a matter of fact, there is someone you have to pay for when it comes to revenue sharing. Once you make a X number of revenue, then you have to start paying. The good folks at Unity or at Unreal for their product. So it's not completely free in the same sense that Blender is.
I see. So Blender is primarily for modeling and maybe a little bit of animation, but certainly isn't a real-time. It's not a real-time run engine, right? It's not specifically designed for game development, but for pretty much modeling. Is that correct?
So
Yep.
this gets complicated. So what's starting to happen now are all the tools are starting to do everything. So traditionally, Blender didn't have its own runtime environment, but now it does. You can run some simulations in Blender. It has its own notion of a runtime environment, but it's not as robust as an Unreal or as a Prepare 3D or as a Lumberyard. But they're getting
Or
there, and they may start to rival the competition. And on the other side, Unreal and Unity weren't generally known for making 3D models, but you can make 3D models in there, and they're starting to go into those industries and doing all those stuff. So all these engines have been around for 20, 30 years, and they're becoming very robust products.
I mean, I think part of it is like they're trying to own the railway, as it were.
Yep.
Like you want people to go through and you don't want people to use anything else but your system. So you make your system more and more robust and more applicable. That way, there's nothing else you can do. They don't need to pay. They $20 are spending on Maya or Autodesk, which Lord knows neither one of those things are $20, frankly. But money they're spending on Autodesk or Maya is money that they could be spending on your system, and they know that. So they want you to stay in the slot. Right now, I would say Blender is as a system is still got some ways to go, but it's getting there.
Okay, I found the
great.
model. It took me a minute to find it. So then I'm going to import it now. Let's see what happens. Let's see here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make one real quick of Chane.
Well, I mean, I suppose that is fine. We can make this. So can we make this an NFT, bud?
An NFT?
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. It's a non-fugable bit. It's gonna kill me. I'm saying it wrong. Give me 1 second here to make sure I'm saying the correct term. There you go. I am saying the right term. So a non-fugable token, fungible token.
Sure.
It's the latest cryptocurrency sensation that's sweeping the nation. Basically, it's I actually don't want to go too far into it right now because there is a lot to it. But imagine this: that there is, like, you're an artist and you make an art piece, a digital art piece, right?
Yeah.
You can actually encrypt into that art piece that digital art piece a token saying this is the original made by Chane Grant. And with that, you can go through and sell it, and they understand that this is the original. This actually has some value to it. I personally don't really. There is a lot going on with that, and I feel like as though what people are trying to do is that they saw how big Bitcoin was and how big it came, and they're trying to find the next Bitcoin.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not mad at the notion, frankly. I get it, but it's just more of a bit of I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where it's just it doesn't really. It's probably it feels like a bubble,
Yep.
and that people just want a Bitcoin.
Yep. So that was my model in Blender. So I downloaded it, and you just dump it in Blender real quick. So let me find the window, and we're gonna make you one real fast.
I saw that you were able to make one in Discord as well.
Okay, here's yours. Okay, so we got levels skin tone 1 through 7. Which one do you want? 1 being the lightest, 7 being the darkest.
I think I should probably be we'll say 5 or 6. Let's try 6.
Okay, there you go. Clothing. It's not a lot of options, so that's why it's gonna go real fast. And that's why I like about this tool. Okay, you see all the options here. Which one you want?
All right here. Let's see what we get.
Hey Bruce, did we answer your question?
No, I'm just. This is really interesting. I haven't seen Ready Player Me, or I'm not very familiar with Blender either. So this is great stuff.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, it's plenty free tools out there.
All right, so let's go through here. We'll say first and foremost, will get me the I guess the fourth option on this bit
with the look like the Discord logo.
Yeah, I look like a Fortnite character. I want to change that a little bit here.
Yeah, and that's what Ready Player Me looks like. It makes the characters with the selections they have, they make them look like Fortnite characters because it has that toony feel to it.
Yeah, which is sad. I mean, I actually like that kind of art design personally, but it's just it is what it is, you know.
It's new. We'll see where they end up at. Okay, what you want for your hair?
Let's see now. Let's go for these options here. Scroll to the right. All right, stop right there. Go up and to the left. Let's try that one real quick. Okie dokie then. Let's try the one next to that one, to the right.
Oh, to the right?
Oh no, actually, let's keep that one. I like that one. That was good.
Okay.
Doesn't get my natural waves, but oh well, we'll let it slide.
Okay.
All right, so let's give me an actual mustache and beard.
All right, hair color's okay, black.
Yep.
Okay. Beard.
I'm a very boring man when it comes to my my avatars. I try to make them look basically like me.
That's what I do too.
With my nice, like I make sure I have my 6-pack in there. You know, my bulging biceps, my muscles, the standard stuff there.
All right, I'm trying to find a shadow.
Go back to the right. Keep going to the right. More. That one.
This one?
That was the one to the left of that.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What color you want the hair to be? Black?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Eye color?
My one black.
Okay.
We'll say brown.
Okay.
So
hard to tell. Okay, eye color, eyebrows.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, eyebrow color black.
Yep.
Any shade? Any glasses?
Nah.
This was mask. Oh, I did see this one. Mask.
Why would you put a mask over my gorgeous face?
And then hats.
What's that hat on the far right? My hair.
What do you think?
Yeah, totally. That's what I walk around with normally. Yeah. That's, like everything. Yeah, that looks pretty much like me right there.
Okay.
I mean, how tall is my character?
I don't know. So that's what I can do in Blender is measure it. It looks to be maybe about 6. I'm looking over here at Blender. Maybe about 6 feet.
Oh, that's correct. Totally.
Okay.
That's correct.
So we went through, we took the long way around it, and we're doing it through Discord. But that's how quick it is to make these characters. It's even faster than Mixamo, what we were using in the past when we did our demonstration, Chane. So when you do that, you hit done, and then you give them your email address, or you say continue without signing up. See, I love that. Don't sign up. And then you just download your thing. So copy. Oh, that's really cool. That's what the little profile picture here.
Oh, I can see
I
that.
don't remember that from the last time.
I mean, this is connected to VR chat, so I wouldn't put it past it.
So I just downloaded it somewhere. I can't remember where I put it. I'm just gonna put it on. Oh, there's the place right there. It's already here. Called Chane helmet.
Goodo.
Okay.
So can you animate this avatar then? Is this something you can do in Blender, or would you be able to bring it into Unity and animate it there?
Absolutely. And that's why I bring up I'm gonna let me see if I can try to animate it in real time for you. So here it is in Blender, right? And I can use Blender animation tools to animate this. So you can see, I'm gonna try to show you. I want to highlight the bones and hide everything else. Where are the bones? So it comes with the bones already on it. And the bones are the structure that is animated. I'm cutting it off so you can see them. So it comes pre-configured with bones. And these are the things that we will go manipulate and move and place on a timeline and animate in real time. So here's my timeline down here. I would take something. I'm just going to grab it, go into object mode, and try to grab something here. So I grab that. I'm just going to hit G to move.
So
see how I can move that around. I would animate that.
Okay, so I was going to ask, does this thing work on inverse kinematics?
I don't know. I don't know the physics behind their rigs. I'm sure it's detailed. It's a standard rig, so it's pretty standard across the board. So I'm not sure the physics though, but it's the one that you get out of Mixamo. It's the one that works in Unreal. I can drop it into Unreal and it works immediately. I can drop it into DAS and it works immediately. I was going to try to upload it to Mixamo real quick fast to see if I can animate it.
So are there sort of pre-established like animation gates or programs that you can attach to that models so that it walks or crouches or whatever?
Absolutely.
Do they have standard?
There's repositories and libraries of all this content. It's already built, and that's what's so amazing about the industry today, because folks have shared so much and created these repositories that have been built over the years. We don't have to go in and do keyframe animation anymore, right?
Yeah.
We can just go get the motion from somewhere. And what I'm showing you now is Mixamo, which is a repository of motions that you can just go get.
Wow. It's called Mixamo?
Mm-hmm.
Miximo. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, hold on. I should come up on the next page. Skip and continue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they got an app now? Oh, no, I don't want that. That's just for me to log in. So it's Mixamo. And it's Adobe product now. Adobe bought them many years ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you can see these motions already here to the left of my screen. You can kind of already see the motions. And I just go grab what I want. So here's a model that's T-pose. It's in its traditional T-pose. And I'm going to find... You help me find one, Bruce. You tell me when to stop.
Let's see. Something that's simple. Maybe with the twist pants or there's a good one. How about the kick? There's the
this one here.
What is it called? Oh yeah, that's good.
Right, and you see how I did that? That's on the internet. I instantly animated that character.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
So what I would do is I go hit the download button. And then you specify the format you want, what type of clothing, mesh, and then the resolution, and you just hit download.
And so it looks like you can actually import this into VR chat, for example. Does that work in other? VR chat is probably I saw there was a connection to VR chat. I'm wondering if you can bring this into other VR environments like that, network environments?
Absolutely, and that's where the notion of the format you pick. So typically around all these environments, everything is around FBX, OBJ, and there's a new file format that it has more detail. It has animations and all sorts of shaders built into the file format. It's like GLTF, I think, is the file format.
Yep.
GLTF?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's a newer one
It's
that's
the
starting to come out.
yeah. GLTF or GLTB.
Okay.
I could not tell you what those are what they mean off the top of my head, but they're more of they're royalty free specification for 3D assets and models. A lot of things are starting to move over towards them nowadays. Like for example, Google, when they were doing some of their 3D models, were beginning to. They were originally using a proprietary software for Android Studios called SFB, or Scene Form Binary.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, it seems that they're moving away from that towards towards GLTFs, which, thank goodness, because their SFBs were a pain in the butt to make.
Uh-huh. So, do you know if all of the ones that we're looking at here are these GLTF or GLTB file formats?
So they are probably more likely FBXs in terms of their animations, because those are partly because it's still Adobe who's in control of it, and Adobe Adobe basically owns the mill on that.
Oh yeah.
And the other side is because it's still very common. GLTFs are still relatively new, and they're getting up there, but they're still not quite there yet.
I see.
How did that one get? I must have made an FBX of it. Let me see if I export this one to FBX. What happens? So I'm going to take that model. I've tried exporting it before, and it didn't work in 1.2. So I'm just going to quickly take this model as is. I did nothing to it. Export it as FBX, because Mixamo wants an FBX file. Okay, I'm just going to put it here, and I'm going to try to answer your question in real time, Bruce. Deigratia. Let's see how it works. Fro.
Okay.
Okay, export FBX. Okay. So I uploaded one already. This is a previous model that I did download from Ready Player Me. You can see the same shirt, the same pants, same shoes. I just changed the hair. So it looks like it works.
Let's see.
So I'm going to try to upload this one and see what happens.
So you do pretty much the same thing with Mixamo. You've taken that original the original model that you created, and are you just importing it and then applying the animations to it, correct?
Right.
Wow.
So you can download those animation sequences and put them in your game engine like Unreal or Unity, where you have specific sequences that are based on buttons and input. So you have a run sequence, and you have a standing sequence, then you have like a jump sequence. So it's already in here. So you see that?
Yeah. That's cool.
It's just that fast. You can animate stuff, and it seems to work really well. Something's going on with the textures. So I don't see the textures, but those are small things you would tweak and fix.
Yeah. So the textures just aren't showing up yet, right? Or maybe that doesn't apply the textures because you're just in preview mode or something.
That's probably something in the conversion that I used. I didn't put any. I didn't look into it.
Yeah.
So, but there's all sorts of settings for exporting and importing. So I just hit the button. I probably need to go back and check something.
I see.
Yeah, but it's literally that easy, that fast. You can take this stuff and build yourself all these assets really fast. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about. That one is just go to the avatar and say, hey, we build one for you, Chane. And what I plan to do is I want to use it for something on the Vanishing Point production. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll try to make something fun and creative for us, where like as part of the intro, like we're dancing or something.
Oh God, you're probably gonna have me going. I have no idea what kind of wacky shenanigans you're gonna end up putting me in.
Maybe we'll just do this notion right here, this little dance movement.
I mean, personally, I think it'll be an interesting bit, no matter what.
So, and
So
for you, Bruce and Mixamo, there's pages upon pages of stuff, and the library is
Wow.
constantly growing because I think people upload their content for free. It's almost like becoming like an open source forum. There's like
That's
26 pages and 98 things on a page, 96 things per page. It's a lot of movements.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I've never heard. This is the first time I've heard Mixamo. It's the first time. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's such a great collection.
Yeah, and it's free on online tools. You can do all this stuff. So these are some of the things that I talk about, or I should say, Chane and I, we regularly go out and speak on this, and we say, hey, these things aren't hard, and not only is it not hard, it's available to you now on the internet.
Yeah.
Right? You can go,
Yeah.
you can go do these things with free tools. You don't need a special computer anymore. You can even do some of the stuff on your phone, and some of the latest technologies that are coming out now. You can just use a regular camera to do simple motion tracking and add your own unique animations. You can use your phone and create your animations and apply it to your character. That's where we're at now today.
Wow. Yeah, that's new to me too. I didn't realize. So, how does the phone capture your motion then? What's it doing to? How is it doing that?
So there are two technologies. Chane, do you want to take a stab at this?
no, I'll let you take care of it. There was another technology I wanted to speak towards in regards to mocap.
So right now, the things that have been proliferating our environments are depth cameras. These are IR sensors. These are cameras that have a notion of being able to see how far you are from them. It's using the same technology as LiDAR and radar. It can detect where you're at, so it can record that movement in 3D space.
Jeez.
So you know how the facial recognition systems on the latest phones can detect your face?
Right.
That's the same underlying technology of motion capture, and that folks use for motion capture studios. It's the same technology.
So I don't quite understand how that works. Then you're holding your phone, and then as you move, it somehow picks up the camera picks up all of your body motions and can replicate that data somehow and store it.
Think of it a little smaller, so you can replicate and animate your face. Like the phones are large enough to get your face, or the phone is large enough to get your fingers on a hand, right? So it can track all those things. And then for a larger item, I've used the Xbox Kinect for a motion capture sensor. That's what I do regularly. I just use that thing. I think I may have shown you a video of that one. Have you seen it? Did I show you that one?
So
great.
Yeah, if I may add on to what Dee is saying there, you probably have actually seen this kind of technology in the wild yourself. Like I'm sure if you ever used one of those filters on Facebook or on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever, you've seen this kind of thing where if you twitch your eyebrows or something like that, it can track and noticing the motions and movements of your muscles of your face. So that is at its core motion tracking, is tracking those little elements in your face, albeit doing it in a slightly different manner.
So this is the Kinect one here, Deigratia?
Right. So I'm using it in real time. I have a Xbox Kinect, and I'm streaming. I'm capturing my body. See the upper left quadrant.
Wow.
That's what the camera sees of the environment in 3D. And then I'm controlling the character in real time in the upper right quadrant. You can see my movements being immediately applied to the character, and that's iClone, and I can record that movement if I wanted to.
And is the Kinect? Kinect's been out for a long time. Is
Absolutely. This is the $200 version, right? We can do this for under $200. I don't need an expensive mocap rig to get simple motions into a game engine.
Yeah.
I would actually bring up that the fact that the cost of mocap rigs are in general going down and further. I don't mind I'll say like this, right? So Dee showed some good work here for the Kinect, and it can record a good bit of your movement here, but some of it can be a little rougher than others. So I'm not going to say that if you're someone who wants to make some interesting mocaps on a budget and are willing to go in there and do some tweaks and editing and other adjustments to kind of refine them further, then I think the system will be adequate for that kind of thing. But one solution I would actually bring up here is something called the axis neuron. It's a system I actually used myself.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Axis Neuron, is that a motion capture system?
It is a motion capture suit. Yep.
Cool.
And it is incredibly good. So, as you may know from the standard mocap suit, you have to wear the little balls. You have to wear the little mocap systems in order for them to track your movement, to track where you are on the screen. I mean, in real space.
Yeah.
However, with the and thank you, Dee, for pulling this up for me. I was actually about to post it out to you too. These suits actually do not require you to wear those little balls. You don't have to be in a room dedicated towards it. They have little magnetic bits on your on particular parts of your legs, your arms, your head, and they can use that to track your movement as well. Track your movement. They're able to even take the articulation of your fingers.
Jeez.
So something like twiddling your fingers, or like say you're twiddling coiling your fingers, that it can be tracked. One of the problems with the Kinect version is that while it's good for like bigger body motions, more delicate motions like your hands, or like just a slight tilting of not very big movements, is a little harder for it still to track. This system is able to track all that on a high level for a much cheaper cost than, say, the cost of a whole dedicated suite. So I would say the cost of a dedicated suite would be in the thousands of dollars. When we were using the Axis Neuron, and we were using it for a project called Called the Play for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Actually, Dee, can you pull that up here?
So I'm just curious, what is the cost on this system? It seems like this is something to replace those rooms that have all of the cameras set up 360 degrees around the person moving, but this is all built into the bodysuit, correct?
Yeah. So this was about not $150. I'm sorry. It was only about $1,000, give or take.
Holy smoke! Is that right?
Yeah. I guess that's fine. It was one we had in Atlanta. Okay, that's fine. You don't need to. It's fine. We don't have to worry about it. Yep. But the point of the matter is that for $1,000, it was a much cheaper solution than having to rent a room basically and do all that kind of stuff. Like I'm looking at the website now and just trying to go through and compare costs just for the whole system.
Yeah.
And let's see now, how much is it over here on the? So I'm going to get the bundle with the Face Rig Studio as well. And so the bundle with the Face Rig Studio is $1,750.
Yeah, so about $2K. So one of the last things I wanted to mention, Bruce, is now that we're getting technology now where you don't need depth sensors, and the technology that is starting to come out is motion capture directly from a video, right?
Yeah.
So forget the motion capture sensor suit, forget the camera, just record yourself in a video and then put that into your video game.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So that's where we're moving, and these things are free on the market now.
Huh. So is this kind of camera-based motion capture? Is that an app that you can use on Android or Mac OS?
Yeah, they come in different flavors, different forms. You can get it on whatever platform you want. I typically try to keep it simple and keep it cheap. So I'm like, look, everyone has a mobile device. Let's find something that works on that.
Wow. And so you were using the Neuron Studio capture for this was an ad that you were working on for it was a commercial that you were working on. Is that what your application was?
For the Call the Play?
Yeah, because you had mentioned you had done some work in Atlanta for one of the teams there.
Yeah, that's a Chane question. Chane can.
Yep. So we were in for Call the Play when we were using the mocap suit. That was we were working with what were they called there? not children's healthcare. What were they called? I cannot remember off the top of my head. It's called. But the point of the matter, we were working with a charity organization, basically with Jerry Rice and the like.
Yeah.
And we were able to create a small system where people can go through and basically go through and teach children about not going through and doing bullying, and how to recognize bullying behaviors and the like.
Yeah.
But I used for all the characters in the game where it be the bullied children or the or anything like that. I was the one going through and portraying the children in every step, designed to make it a little bit more of an experience here. Okay, here we go. Called to play. Yeah, we were working with the United Way. There we go.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. My mind went blank in that. I could not remember my words. Tell you what, I'll post it here. So that was a news article from it.
I see.
Okay. So yeah. I'm trying to think. So we got all these ways to capture motion, and it's becoming easier and easier every day. Every day.
So I feel like I think one of the big things about that we're going to be seeing going forward here is that Dee's not wrong. You're going to be able to go through and get your character out there in a faster way. It's simple. There's so many programs out there now that will go through, pull your character out, and take you, and you with various animation tools and suites and systems, you'll be able to go through and have that character running around and doing certain things.
Yeah.
It's at least, and this could be very good for either demo purposes, such as you just want to do a quick animation very quickly just to see how it looks, how does it feel, etc., or even for further data into a game. Like Dee was showing you all the kicks and the punches and the swinging and whatnot, but this thing also has simple things like walk animations, running animations, climbing animations, etc. These are the kind of things that I could see that in a game that they don't require a lot of work, and you don't need to you may not want to go through and devote a lot of resources to it, especially if you're just in the testing phase. So you just go through, get someone to go out there and spend some time on it, and kabam! You already have something out there. You already have a workable demo out in the open immediately.
Right.
Yeah,
in addition to that, you don't have to start from scratch. So you can go get that. You mentioned about, is there a basic standard type of walk, when it comes to gaits, and standard motions. So maybe you go get a generic walk and then you modify it to get it to be what you want. You can take these things and tweak them and modify them. So you're not starting from scratch. You're just going out there and modifying and making it. You customizing it to be what you want it to be. That's also good use for these tools as well.
Well, it seems like you must have set up your motion capture from the Kinect. You probably did that a few years ago, right? You've been doing this for a long time, I would imagine.
Yeah, I've dabbled with it for a while. I've used the Kinect to be a 3D scanner. I've used it to scan people and use it to for motion capture. So I'm always hacking the Xbox Kinect, trying to figure out other ways to use it.
Yeah, because that was quite amazing to see that as you're walking around your living room, you're animating that character simultaneously. I mean, that's really impressive.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So you can kind of see on the screen how this gentleman has recorded. He has a recording, and he's just going through the timeline. And this motion came from his video, a video on his camera.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's Blender he's using to add those animations to that model.
I see. So he's actually working in Blender as he's doing all this, right?
Right.
So it does real time. It's the models can be moved and animated in real time as
Absolutely.
well. Correct.
Blender is becoming
Wow.
a powerful tool. Blender is also a video editor. Hardly anyone knows that, but you can edit movies in Blender, and they added that because people were starting to make special effects for movies. So Blender were like, well, just edit the movie in Blender and just put your special effects on top of it. So it does a lot of stuff. You can do sketching, you can do 2D drawing, oil paint, you can do sculpting. Like some folks, sculpting is like building 3D models based on clay making techniques, sculpting, and then like 2D drawing. They have all these various ways you can make stuff in Blender, and Blender covers a lot of different tools from a lot of different industries, and it's jammed into one package. Is why it's becoming so popular, is because they have multiple ways for different industries that have developed their own techniques. Blender can do them all. So if you're a
Wow.
Maya ZBrush type person, where you like to brush and paint, you can do that in Blender. If you like to draw with a pen, you can do that in Blender. If you like to sculpt with clay, you can do that in Blender. It's
Wow.
very, very, very robust.
MC, yeah.
All right, so hey, we're at the almost 10-minute mark. So Shane, we can go ahead and start our wrap up. Say what we need to say, or unless you want to hit a topic for 5 minutes.
Name one topic we usually go over in the course of 5 minutes, and I'll wait. I bet you it'll take you 5 minutes to find out a topic in which it takes me 5 minutes, man.
Hey, what did I say in the text message? I'm like, yo, this process is like 5 minutes, but it's gonna take us forever to do it.
Well, no, and I always enjoy talking about. I enjoy talking about these kind of elements, and I want to emphasize to everyone, just as V himself mentioned earlier, and I think I've repeated it ad nauseum, you can do this. You live in the best of world, like in the the best of worlds in most cases here. That said, though, it's very easy for you to go online and figure these things out. There's YouTube where you can actually look up a lot of this crap for free. If you feel like as though you need a more guided experience, you can look at educational systems such as Skillshare, LinkedIn Learn, and all the other dozens of trying to teach you how to do stuff out there. I would say that you can do all this stuff without even having to buy a book nowadays.
That's true.
Buying a book,
because if you buy a book, it's going to be outdated in like less than 6 months.
And of course, then you take a look at colleges and universities too. They're in the same boat. So, because the amount of time it takes to develop material, bring it in, record it, put it into presentable form, just takes too long. So, this idea of real-time training and teaching over the internet or over virtual environments, the stuff you're doing now, I mean, I've learned a huge amount just in this past hour of stuff I'm not familiar with at all. So I think this is the future. This is part of Singularity as well, right? So Singularity's tied into that vibe, I think, in a big way.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
This is part of Singularity University. So this really is a Singularity-based class in a way, really, isn't it? Wouldn't you describe it that way?
Well, today's session was, and it's an open dialogue. So where we went in and did a demonstration. But Shane and I, we do this. We'll have this particular show. We've been doing this show for about a year, and what we did is, I was brainstorming one day of trying to think of a way to create engaging content for Singularity University. I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just ask Shane if we can just have the same old talk and just put it under Singularity University. And to generate content, to generate buzz, and to generate actual dialogue that's engaging, which is a little bit different than the normal Zoom meeting. So I'm like, hey, here's the Discord link. Just come on and join us and come chit chat with us. Right? It's completely open.
So where do these shows go from here? Do you then, because you presented a lot of really valuable stuff here, and I'm just wondering what happens after you're finished with the podcast. You're recording it, and then what happens now?
They live on my social medias. I think I gotta get the YouTube page is over to the Singularity University page. I haven't figured out how to do that because they have a content. You can see it here, a learning management system or a content management system, and it's
Yeah.
and it's kind of hard to get stuff into it. So I can't upload these 1 hour long videos. So I got to kind of paste the links into our page. But to answer your question, in general notion, they just live on the internet. It doesn't go out to a group or sit with anybody. I haven't bridged the gap of sending it out in a post after action type review or an email. That's probably my next step. But
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Well, I found out about your podcast today, just the last minute. It was earlier today. I got a notice from Lila. She just had posted some events that were coming up, and yours was right up at the top. And I'm going,
awesome.
oh, hey, that's happening today. So, geez, I hope you get a way to there's a lot of great stuff here. So
yeah, and this is a good conversation. So what I'm going to do, this is probably going to be the first one I post on Singularity University's page. Say, hey, here's a because we did a decent intro today. I had like some pre-roll video and some audio. So I forgot to play the intro. I had an intro ready for us. I totally forgot. But I think this will be a good one to post and start advertising as we increase and improve our production of the particular show. So that's something I'm working on the background is to polish it up a lot more so that it looks good.
Could you explain? So you started up a Singularity Hub in Atlanta. Could you explain what your relationship is with Singularity Hub and how that works? Because you're contributing to Singularity University in a way. I mean, how does that relationship work? And how did you get it set up as a hub?
Singularity is an international global organization. And they traditionally host in-person meetings to exchange ideas of on exponential technology. So things like energy, overcoming homelessness, healthcare, drones, VR, all these things that are related to technology. And what it does, Singularity seeks to bring individuals that are passionate about those things together in the same place. So there was not a chapter in Atlanta. Someone asked me to come help found the chapter based on those principles, bringing people together under this banner of technology and solving that was important to me, local issues with local thought leaders, with local entrepreneurs and local individuals to doing that. So we focused that thought energy on things that happen in Atlanta. So that was a great banner for me. And that is how I got involved. Now, my chapter involvement is that we take those pillars I call it Singularity headquarters, and I take their ideas, their visions, and I try to implement those at a local level here in Atlanta. So we have a monthly meeting for all the chapter leaderships. So there's like 120 plus chapters around the world, and we meet monthly to talk about, the latest happenings in Singularity University. We talk about other chapters and what they're doing to engage, and we support and help each other to, proliferate this information and these concepts. And it's a really amazing group of individuals. Think about, you can hear me talking about this stuff. Think of a room of 50 other people with this level of energy trying to do this stuff. So it's that type of a community.
A little bit of information overload, I bet, after every meeting, right?
Well, they do it in a very logical manner, and Lila is part of that team that helps us stay connected, but not have information overload.
Yeah.
So we use the platform to post stuff, but our meetings are strictly 1 hour. They have structure and they follow a process. This is really, really easy. It's a really good use of a 1 hour time frame, and that's what I like about it.
Well, I really appreciate this was all great information, and it was sort of like drinking water through a fire hose kind of thing. But both of you guys sound like Deigratia, I know for sure you've been doing this a long time, and Chane, I haven't met you yet, but it sounds like you're coming from a lot of years of experience working with this stuff as well. And I really appreciate I appreciate everything today. It was great information.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And you are the first person that has joined us from the Singularity University platform and gotten the message. So thank you. As we start to improve this and get the word out there, we'll just have more of these. We do this twice a month, and we just get out and just chit chat. We'll typically sometimes have topics to talk about, but we're open to talking about anything. And we'll start the show and just start talking about stuff. And next thing you know, we're done. So
that's great.
All right, so,
Deigratia, looking forward to seeing you later this week, and this is just fabulous. This is exactly the kind of stuff between you and James Riggle, who you'll get to know better. There's a lot of just really great energy coming into the XR lab, and I'm really happy that we were able to get this contract set up. So
yeah. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to getting started. I'm like, hey, what do I do? It was like, start it on Wednesday. Let's go. But yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some fun things. We're going to try a lot of new things. And again, I try to dispel things being difficult, and I do it the easy and cheap way. I'm like, look, it takes 5 minutes, and we're done.
That's good. That's good. Well, there's a lot of stuff to talk about for sure. Okay. And so really looking forward to talking with you on Wednesday. I just wanted to clarify, it sounds like you're open Atlanta time. The time it was open for you was 5 p.m. Atlanta, 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, sure. I can be flexible if you want me to come and join.
Well, whatever works for you. It sounds like you had a pretty full schedule that day. So
what it is Wednesday is my birthday. It's my actual birthday. So what I do is I go to all the I call it the free food birthday tour. And I get a list of all the places that give you things on your birthday. And I just go to all of them during the day. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to be out the whole day. So anytime I just step out and just, take the call.
Oh, no wonder you're busy. I get it. I was trying to decipher your email. Now it all comes clear. Yeah. You got an all-day birthday party.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
All-day birthday party. So like anytime is fine.
Okay. Well, anyway, thanks a lot. Looks like we're at about 5 o'clock, and I really enjoyed this a lot, and a lot of great information. I'm really, really happy I came by today.
Awesome. Well, share it with your peers, and maybe we'll get some more people in here next time. And you're more than welcome to join us anytime.
Okay,
Indeed.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Bruce.
No.
Okay, Shane.
Okay, good night.
Good night. But before we go, though, I want to say to everyone out there, I want to say you could be like Bruce and join us as well. We appreciate every single person who comes and talks to us. We appreciate every query, comment, rotten fruit that you throw. It is all very, 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 very valuable to every single one of us. So, Dee, where can the people find you at?
Hey, y'all can find me on the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, at pretty much anything Deigratia. I got some of my information on the screen now. It's the bottom left-hand screen. And Shane, we got to make you one of these. This is why I wanted to get you a tune. So now we have a character, and we're going to put your social medias next to your this tune.
Yeah, that's something I actually wanted to get into a conversation with you about today, but I'll save it for next time.
Okay.
Your use of the word tune versus everyone uses an avatar or something like that.
It's old school. It depends on your environment. So I do use the word tune. It's a city of hero things.
Oh, no, fair enough. But no, that's actually a fun story we need to discuss one of these days too. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shane Grant. Thank you for joining us. You can find me on Facebook at Shane Grant. You can find me on LinkedIn at Shane Grant, but without the E. You can find me hanging out in the libraries of Atlanta. Are the libraries open now? Yeah, they're open now. They're open now. Good. I miss going to the library. All right. I want to say to all of you out there in TV land, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.